Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another Command Your Day. Hop on in the room. Hop on in the room. Come on in and let me know how you're doing. Welcome to my virtual space. I am Anika V. Brown. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Liza. Welcome. If you are new here, go ahead and hit the follow button. Join the family. We're live here every morning for Command Your Day. Come on in the room. Hi, Lady T. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Fernando, welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning, Walter. Good morning, Angel. Hi, Taylor. Welcome to Command Your Day. Thank you all so much for hopping in the room. Good morning. Smith09. Good morning to you. Hi, Caress, the mom. Okay. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning. Welcome, welcome to you all. Welcome, good morning, and welcome. If you are new here, go ahead and hit the follow button. I'm live here every morning for Command Your Day. So if you're looking for a community that provides you with motivation, valuable insights, and practical strategies for success, you are in the right place. You're in the right place. So 2 things you got to do. Hit the follow button. Number 1. Thank you so much for all the hearts. Thank you. You got to hit the follow button. And then there's a link in my bio. I want you to join the Commanders community. Join the Commanders community. And all it takes, good morning, life is precious. All it takes is you putting your best email address in the section that says Commanders community. When you do that, you get access to our affirmations and declarations that we use here, a PDF version of it. You also get exclusive access to a portion of a personal development book that I'm writing. Every Saturday, I email out a portion of it to my community, and that is exclusive access. Good morning, Arena. How are you? Let's see. Good morning, Danita. Good morning, Preserva. Good morning. Good morning, Uncle X Brand. How are you? Good morning, Sassy Fierce. Ooh, okay. Good morning to you. Welcome. Welcome to my virtual space. Again, hit the follow button if you're new here. I'm live every morning for Command Your Day. I provide you with motivation, valuable insights, and practical strategies for success. So welcome, 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 and let's connect. All right, so let's get into it. Let's do our gratitude check-in. That's the first thing that we like to do because we want to stay in the mindset of abundance. So drop in the comments 3 things that you are grateful for today. This exercise helps to keep us in a mindset of abundance. The mindset of abundance. We're not worried about what we lack. We're not thinking about who's not here, what's not here. No, we're focusing on what we already have and we're being grateful for it. So go ahead and drop in the comments 3 things that you're grateful for today. It doesn't matter how small it is. What are 3 things that you're grateful for today? We want to focus on being abundant, right? And that starts with gratitude. What are you grateful for? Grateful for God, life, and family. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Go ahead and drop your 3 things that you're grateful for. Praise and worship, smile, and help. Yes. Love it, love it, love it, love it. That tells me, Irena, that you are sticking to the schedule. I love it. I love it. Yes, I do. You're working the plan. I love when y'all work the plan as we've laid it out. I love it. I absolutely do. Grateful for job, life, and kids. Yes. Health, clear mind, and job. I love it. My boys, life, and God. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning, Luis. Thank you so much for joining. Grateful for life, family, and my job. Good morning, Natalie. Thank you for putting that. Hi, Teeks. Good morning to you. Hi, Angela. Welcome, welcome. I see a lot of new names, so be sure that you hit the follow button. We're live here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Command Your Day. So hit the follow button and join my community with a link that is in my bio. It's a free community, but you get a lot of resources. Grateful for God, my Father, and the Lord Jesus Christ and my family. Love that, Chris. I love that. Absolutely love that. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm going to try to stick to my time this morning. I'm going to try. I'm really going to try. All right. So let's do this. We have declared 2025 as the year of bold moves. So what I want you to do is type in the comments, after 6 years of struggle, my second son started school today. Oh, awesome. 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 I celebrate you. I celebrate you being a mom that supports no matter what. I celebrate you today, Teeks. Absolutely. All right, so type in the comments, I will make bold moves this year. I will make bold moves this year. We're staying accountable. I have started. Awesome, Liza. I love it. Yes, keep making bold moves. I love it. I love it. I love it. Grateful for life and good health. Awesome. So type in the comments, I will make bold moves this year. We're not going to let fear hold us back. We're not going to discount ourselves. We're not going to hide in the corner. No, we're not. We're going to make bold moves this year. Whether you want to write the book, you want to go back to school. Thank you so much for the gift. Thank you. Whether you want to start the business, you want to move to a new city, whatever your bold move is, we're getting it done this year. And we're staying accountable to each other and to ourselves. So that is why we type every morning. Yes, Arena. Yes, you give yourself permission to make bold moves because we're not waiting on external validation. We're making the decision that this is the year that we make bold moves, and we're not waiting for permission to do so. We're giving ourselves permission to make bold moves. Yes, indeed. Awesome. All right, so let's keep it moving. Thank y'all so much for your participation. Let's keep it moving. We're going to pray the 23rd Psalm really quickly and then get into the rest of the agenda. The Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil, for thou art with us. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil. Our cups run over. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, forever. There's a crazy windstorm that is going on outside. So I'm going to try to stick to my time because when it gets super windy, my internet acts up. I don't know why. All right. So let's keep it moving. Yes. Amen. Amen and amen. We're going to move right into our affirmations. So you can pull out your copy of the affirmations. You can pull out your copy of the affirmation. For those of you who do not have a PDF version of the affirmations, please use the link in my bio to join the Commanders community so you will get access to the affirmations, the declarations, and again, you get exclusive access to a portion of a personal development book that I am writing, exclusive access to it. So here we go. We're going to go through our affirmations. I'm going to read through them. You're going to repeat it to yourself, and then you're going to type in the comments, I agree. I agree with that. So here we go. I am capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. And today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith. And today I choose to flourish. I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. And I give myself permission to win. We're not waiting on external validation. We're giving ourselves permission to do the things that we desire to do, to live the life that we desire to live, and to be successful overall. We're not waiting on outside validation. We're giving ourselves permission. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Thank y'all for your participation. Okay, so let's keep it moving. We're going to move right into the word of the day. For those of you who are just hopping on, hi, lovely Jamila. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you. I appreciate it. Be sure that you hit the follow button if you haven't done so yet. I agree with all that. Good morning. I had some technical difficulties this morning. Okay, I understand. Good morning to you, Liz. I totally understand. I'm trying to get through on time because there's a windstorm going on outside, and my internet goes crazy when there's a windstorm. So for those of you who are new, hit the follow button. Good morning, T. Good morning to you. Hit the follow button. Use the link in my bio to join the Commanders community. So you can get access to additional resources. So let's keep it moving. Good morning, Anna. How are you? All right, let's keep it moving. So we're moving right into the word of the day. If you're new here, we have slated 2025 as the year of bold moves. So we're going through a list of words to remind us of things that we need to be reminded of, and things that we need to know, and highlight some things that we need to pay close attention to as we're going after these big, bold goals for 2025. All right. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Okay, so today the word of the day is stewardship. Type that in the comments. The word of the day is stewardship. Type that in the comments. Stewardship is the word of the day. Stewardship. Type that in the comments. Type that in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. Stewardship. Stewardship is the word of the day. And here's the definition that I went with. The conducting, supervising, or managing of something. The conducting, supervising, or managing of something. Managing well what you've been given. That's good stewardship. Managing well what you've been given. So stewardship can determine the level of success, impact, and blessings. Yes, and blessings that you experience in life. So stewardship is about how well you can manage what you've been given. It's more than just money. A lot of people talk about stewarding your money well. That is important. But stewardship is more than just money. It's about how you handle your time, your talents, the relationships that you have, the resources that you have, like energy, right? Are you stewarding your energy well? So it's not just about money. It's about time, talent, relationships, and resources that you have. God has entrusted all of us with gifts, opportunities, and responsibilities. And then the question becomes, are we managing them well? All of them. Because they're all important. It's not just about stewarding your money well. Everything that we've been entrusted by God, we need to manage it well. So we got to ask ourselves, am I managing these things well? And the crazy thing is, well, it's not crazy, it's a fact. The thing is, sometimes, depending on where we are in life and what is going on in our lives, we will find that a specific area needs more time and attention to steward it well, right? So maybe in the first part of our lives, we're making sure that we steward education well, learning as much as we can, and making sure that we plan properly. And then there are other parts or other times in our life when relationships, stewarding our relationships well, is the primary thing that we're focusing on. So at different intervals of your life, you will find that you're focusing on a specific area a little more to make sure that you're stewarding it well. All right. So God has entrusted us with gifts, opportunities, and responsibilities. So we got to ask ourselves, am I managing them well? Now, at its core, stewardship is management. It's management. The word steward means someone entrusted with responsibility over something, and hear this part of it, that does not belong to them. I know that's a shocker. Like, what do you mean? It's my house, it's my car. It doesn't belong to you. In biblical times, steward managed the household, the finance, the business affairs of their masters. Today, we are stewards over the gifts, the opportunities, and influence that God has given us, right? The scripture says all good things comes from God, comes from the Lord, right? God has, yes, indeed, Lady T, you're in my notes. You're in my notes. God has given us. So how we manage what we have determines what we will receive later. I want you to hear that part. How we manage what we have determines what we will receive later. If you're faithful over a little, God can entrust you with more. So don't be the one that is praying for more, but you're not caring for the little that you have. That is a setup for disappointment. And if you find that you have been praying for more, praying for increase, but you're yet to see the increase, you got to do an evaluation to see, am I really managing well the little that I have? Or do I find that I get up every day and I complain about the house, I complain about the apartment, I complain about the car, I complain about the job. You got to do an evaluation to see, how well am I managing the resources that I have? The little that I have, because it may be little right now, right? It may be little right now, but how are you managing it? And you know, I always have a story. I have a story about stewardship, right? Always try to steward anything that I have. It doesn't matter how small it is. I remember years ago, I lived in this attic in a rooming house. I lived in this attic in a rooming house, and there were I was the only female living in that rooming house. Everybody else male, all male. It was at least 5 of them there, right? I'm telling you, God covered me, but I felt safe. I wasn't scared at all. I had no option. I had no other option, so I couldn't be scared. I had to do it, right? Or else I was going to live on the streets. So I lived in this attic in a rooming house. And I'm telling you, I took such good care of that place, of that little corner of the house. There wasn't even proper heat in that attic. I mean, height of winter, northeast winter. And I lived in that attic, but I took such good care of it. So when God opened up the door for me to purchase a 5-bedroom home, it's because I steward all the other little corners that I had to live in. I steward them well. I did. I took really good care of it. I cleaned it. I made sure that it stayed. It's so crazy. The little spot, it was such a tiny space that I didn't even have a bed frame. It was just the mattress, and I don't even think there was the what do you call that second piece of the mattress? I don't even think that was there. It was just the mattress on the floor, and I made sure that I did my blankets and all that. I kept it really good. This was years ago, right? I think I was working as a nursing assistant at that time. The box spring, right? I did not have a box spring. All I had was just a mattress in my little corner in the attic, but I kept that thing so clean. And like I said, there wasn't even heat in there. I went to the dollar store and I bought me some, the clear plastic shower curtain thingy, trying to keep the cold out. Because again, northeast winter with no heat in the attic. I had a space heater thing, and it wouldn't work. Some nights I had to sleep in my coat, my thick, heavy coat. I had to sleep in it, but I wasn't going around complaining. I wasn't complaining. I wasn't murmuring. I was just going to work and going to school. I believe I was in school at this time as well. I was. I was in nursing school and I was working as a nursing assistant at the time. So, I mean, all I needed was a place to lay my head because I was so busy. I went to school in the morning, I went to work, and I came home, and all I could do was sleep because my day was spent, right? But I took care of that little space. So now when I live in a 5-bedroom home that I own, God has seen that I steward the little well, my little corner in that attic, in that rooming house. I stored it well. I kept it clean as much as I could, right? I stewarded it well and I didn't complain. I didn't sit down and cry and murmur and complain. Look at where I live. Why do I have to live here? And I did not compromise. I did not say, let me go hook up with this person and try to live in their house. I didn't do none of that. I was just focused on going to school, making sure that I get a good career and working. And I was paying rent for that little space, right? I was paying rent for that little attic with no heat. Because when I asked the guy that I was paying rent, I'm like, it's cold. He's like, I'm sorry, but we ain't got no heat. We can't afford it. We can't afford it. And I was still paying him rent. It's crazy. Nights when I had to sleep in my coat because it was so cold. I would have to wear my coat to the shower, wear my coat to go back to the room. I'm telling y'all, I have some experience in my life. But I stewarded it well. I didn't complain. So now when individuals see me owning this house, right? Buying a house on my own, no co-signer, like you got to be careful. And this is why I teach my kids this. You got to be careful to not be jealous of what people have because you don't know the backstory. You don't know how well they had to steward their under the bridge phases of their lives. So be careful of being jealous of people and what they have now because you don't know their backstory. You don't know their backstory, right? A lot of people didn't know that I was living in that type of condition, right? They didn't know, but I didn't complain. I didn't go around complaining. I focused on school, focused on work, and that's it. I came home, slept, went right back to school, right back to work, and that's it. I didn't complain. All right? So, stewardship, you got to make sure that you're taking care of what you currently have. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter how small it is. All right. So stewardship isn't about having more. It's about managing well what you have. You don't need $1 million to be a good steward. You need the right mindset and habit. The right mindset and habit, which was what kept me in those times when I was living in the attic. I had the right mindset. Let me focus on my future and not get stuck complaining on where I'm at right now. And then my habit was healthy that, okay, I'm going to school, I'm going to work, I'm taking care of this place. I don't have time to go complain and lament to other people. No, my mindset is this is just a stop on my journey. One stop on my journey. And I won't get stuck in this area at this one stop point. I won't get stuck here. So you need the right mindset and the right habit. Yeah, it's a critical point. It is. You cannot get stuck there. So let's talk about the mindset of a good steward. Now, many people struggle with stewardship because they have the wrong mindset. So let's break free from these common blocks that we experience. Number one, the ownership versus stewardship mentality. The ownership versus stewardship mentality. A lot of us live with an ownership mindset. We believe everything we have belongs to us, but true stewards understand that God owns everything. We're just managers of it. We're just managers of it, right? Our time, our money, our gifts, and influence, they're not ours. They're entrusted to us to use them wisely, and we have to use them wisely. When you shift from ownership to stewardship, you stop being reckless with your time, with your money, right? And you start being intentional with the resources that you have. With the resources that you have. Then there is the scarcity versus abundance mindset. And to be a blessing to others. Yes, yes, indeed. There is scarcity versus abundance mindset. Some people don't steward well because they operate from a scarcity mindset. They fear losing what they have. They hoard resources instead of using them wisely. They doubt that God will provide more. So they try to hold on to it, right? A good steward believes in abundance. Abundance. And this is why we focus on gratitude every morning, so we can open up ourselves to abundance, to stay in that abundance mindset, right? A good steward understands that you will manage well and God will multiply. When you give, you make room for increase. This is the understanding of a good steward now, right? When you manage well, God will multiply. When you give, you make room for increase. When you use your gift, it grows. It gets better. It improves. But if you stay hidden, it can't get better, right? So we're talking about the mindset of a good steward. There's also short-term versus long-term perspective, which is why I was able to survive that season. And again, I teach season management in my mentorship, because it's important that you understand seasons, that you understand that this is not going to last forever. This season that you're in is not going to last forever. So you need to be preparing. I teach the art of preparation in my mentorship program, right? If you want to get in, the link is in my bio for that. So short-term versus long-term perspective. Poor stewardship happens when people live in the moment. And living in the moment can look like you getting lost with all the circumstances that are happening right now. Never looking ahead that, hey, if I take care of this season, if I manage the season well and make it out, there's better ahead of me. There's more ahead of me, right? So you cannot just live in the moment. Poor stewardship, they spend without thinking about future consequences of spending everything that you have right now. They neglect their health, relationships, or purposes. They wait for a better season. They wait for a better season to start managing wisely. And that is so wrong. Again, I have an entire, let me give y'all a preview of it because it's so important. That's why I want to give you a preview of it. It's very important that you understand seasons. Let's see, do I have it here? It's very important that you understand season management. And in week 3 of my mentorship, I teach you seasonal management so that your goal does not get lost in the shift of transition. So you can still meet that life goal. Again, this is the Action Accelerator. The link is in my bio for the Action Accelerator. This is just the workbook that I'm pulling out pages from to show you. Seasonal management is so important. If you're waiting on a better season to manage your time and your resources well, you're going to be set back. And some surprises are just going to throw you out the game. So you cannot wait on a better season to prepare well or to manage well. Again, I teach the art of preparation in my mentorship, the Action Accelerator. The link is in my bio. I can't go too deep in it right now because of time. But you can't wait. It's never a good idea to say, I'm waiting, I'm waiting on a better season to manage my resources well. No, you have to manage well now. Even if it looks crazy, even if things are not looking the way that you want them to look, right? Because when I was living in that attic, things weren't looking the way that I want them to look. But I understood that if I managed my now well, my future will be much brighter. And here I am today, living in things that I prayed for, right? When I was in that attic, I knew that one day I would be a homeowner, and I had to focus on managing this time well, using my time resources, my financial resources, right? Using that well so that my future can actually be brighter, right? A good steward thinks long term. They ask, how will this decision impact my future? Is this investment going to bring lasting benefits? Am I setting up the next generation for success? Right? So a good steward thinks long term. Long term. Now, here are some practical ways, because I'm over my time, a minute over the time, but let's go. Here are some practical ways to be a better steward. Practical ways to apply stewardship in key areas of your life. Number one, stewarding your time well. Stewarding your time well. When I was in that attic, I knew that I could not waste time. I could not waste time. I had to get an education so that I could have a career. I had to work, right? So I could still feed myself. And at this time, my kids, I had kids at this time, but they were in Jamaica. So I had to make sure that I'm working so I could send money back home so they could still live, right? So they could still live. So I had to manage my time well. I could not sit there for days complaining and moaning and wasting time because of where I was and what my life looked like at the time. No, I had to manage my time well. I had to steward my time well. Because here's the thing, time is the most valuable resource that you have. And once it's gone, you can't get it back. You can't get it back. So you have to plan your days with intention, which we do here every day. If you stay to the end of this live, every morning I say to you, let's set our intentions for today, because it's important. Every day you have to set your intentions for the day. This is how you utilize your time in a wise way. So plan with intention. Don't waste your hours on distraction. Don't do that. Prioritize what truly matters to you. Your faith, your family, your purpose. All of this should be first, should come first. All right? So you want to prioritize that. Use your gifts daily. Don't put it off. Don't put off your calling. Steward it well today. Whatever you know that you're called to do, activate it and work in it. Secondly, you're going to steward your talents and your gifts. God has given us unique abilities. We all have something that we can do and do very well. You got to utilize it so you can develop it. All right? Utilize it, even if you're not perfect at it right now. You might not be the best speaker right now, but you know that you have a message and God has called you to speak, to teach. Utilize it. Get up every day and practice. Sit somebody down for 10 minutes and talk with them. All right? If you're the one that wants to be a speaker. Don't bury your talents. Think about the parable of the talents. For those of you who know that Bible story from Matthew chapter 25. Think about that parable about the talents. Even if all you got was one, don't bury it. Utilize it. If all you got was one talent, don't bury it. Utilize it. Because that opens you up for more. All right? Invest in your learning and growth. Read. Take courses. Develop your skills. Develop your skills. You can never lose when you do that. Absolutely cannot lose when you do that. Use your gifts to serve others. What you give will multiply. What you give will multiply. All right? And then the third thing, stewarding your finances. Money is a tool. That's what I want you to understand. Money is a tool. How you manage it determines your financial future. So budget wisely. Make sure that you all have a budget. I don't care how financially secure you are. You should have a budget. Here's my thing. This little book here, and get you one of these. It's simple, but every year, at the end of every year, I can tell you where all my money goes. And I don't have an accountant. I don't. Well, for my business. But my household, everything is in here. Like, I can tell you where my check goes every week. I can tell you that. Get you one of these. It's like $1 something, $2. I don't know. But budget. You want to manage your finances? You need eyes on your finances. You need eyes on your finances. Good morning, Fortitude. You need to know where your money is going if you're going to be a good steward. You need to know, right? If you get your check and by the following week, you're like, where did my money go? I can always tell you where my money go. Always. Because I write everything down. That's being a good steward. And that's how you get increase. Budget wisely, know where your money is going. Save and invest. For those of you who struggle with saving, if you struggle with saving, here's what I do. I do automated saving. Like my saving goes to where it's supposed to go before I even get my money in my hand. So set up, and that's how I purchased my home. I went to the bank and I said, hey, give me that letter. And I went to my job and I said, okay, I want this amount of money to go directly to my bank account, to a separate bank account every time I get paid. You're amazing. Where are you from? The U.S. I'm in the U.S. So yeah, if you struggle with saving, to be a good steward, go to your bank and be sure that you have a bank account. I've learned that there are a lot of individuals, grown individuals, that don't have a bank account. And I don't know. I don't think that's, not to judge anyone, but if you're an adult, you need a bank account. You need relationship with financial institution. In 2025, all right? I'm not judging you. I'm not knocking you. But if you're an adult and if you have teenage kids, because I'm starting to see that now. And when my daughter comes home and she talks to me and she's like, I can't believe these grown kids don't know how to do this. They don't have this. They don't. Please be sure that if you're an adult, that you have a relationship with a financial institution. Okay? That's being a good steward. I had taken your advice on this and I have reached my quarterly goal of saving money. Yay! That's Teeks in the comments. She's one of my mentees. And she's getting results from these things. So y'all are getting it for free. She invested in learning this and she hit her goal, right? She hit her goal. She invested in her goals and she has hit her goal multiple times, right? So this is really good thing she's saying. It worked for her and she invested. You're getting it for free. You're getting it for free. She had some financial goals and she has hit her goals. Month after month, she has hit her goals because she's working the systems that I give in the Action Accelerator. So again, if you're not a part of my mentorship, see the link in my bio or send me a DM. Let me know, hey, I want to be a part of your mentorship. I have some really big goals and I need help. I need structure. I need strategy. I need strategy. DM me. After this live, I need you to send me a DM. Okay? My mentees are seeing results in their lives. The system worked. The strategy, it works. I have even tried to reach it before April. Look at that. It works. The strategies work. So if you want to be a part of my mentorship, send me a DM. As soon as I get off here, send me a DM. If you know that this is the year that you really want to get some things together, you want to get some goals accomplished, you want to work with me because my system works. I have the life experience and I have the educational experience to help you get there. I even applied to save that $5 spend wisely. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Financial stability was one of her major goals and she's hitting that goal. She's knocking it out the park. So if you want to work with me, the link is in my bio for the Action Accelerator or DM me. If you go there and you're like, this investment may not be in my budget right now, but you really want to be in the program, DM me. Send me a DM after this live because it works. The strategies, they work. If you work them, they work. And I have used it in my life. My mentees are using it in their life to see the results that they desire to see. So send me a DM right after this live. If you know that this is the year that you want to go higher, you want to do more, you got some goals that you want to accomplish. I am not a lawyer. No, I'm not. I am not a lawyer. I'm not at all. So send me a DM if you want to work with me in my mentorship, or if you want to do one-on-one coaching. I do offer that as well. All right. So good steward, they budget wisely, they save and invest, they give generously. Yes, they do. A steward doesn't just store up wealth. they use it to bless others, right? They use it to bless others. Right now, I have my big check campaign that is going on because I love to give. And when I give, I open myself up for more. I love to give. I've done a big check for January, big check for February, and I already have someone for the big check for March. I haven't posted a photo yet because we're waiting to get together. All right, the big check for March. I give generously and I love doing it. I absolutely love doing that. All right. Then stewarding your relationships. I'm way over my time. Okay, let me just hit the bullet points and then we got to go. Stewarding your relationship. Be intentional with your family and friends. Be mindful of connections. Surround yourself with people who push you towards your purpose. All right. Be a good steward over your influence. Use your leadership and platform for good, not to tear people down. Use it for good. Okay, then stewarding your body and your health. Your body is a temple. How you care for it matters. Eat well and exercise. This new regimen that I'm on. So every morning I do lemon, cucumber, and ginger, and I pour water on it and let it soak like for a few days. By the next morning, though, if you do it 24-hour, let it soak for 24-hour. It's good. So I drink a glass of that every morning. I drink a glass of that every morning. So it's ginger, cucumber, and lemon and water. That's all it is. So I drink a glass of that every morning. It's really good. All right. So eat well, exercise, rest when needed, treat your body with respect. Stewardship, again, is about managing what God has given you. Manage it well. So ask yourself, am I managing my time wisely? Am I using my talents to its fullest? Am I handling my finances responsibly? Am I nurturing my relationships? Am I taking care of my body? Great rewards come to those who steward well. It does. And I can tell you that from experience. From experience, great rewards comes to those who steward well. God is watching how you handle what you have now to determine what he can entrust you with next. So handle your season well. Handle it well. Even if you're in that attic like I was, don't go around complaining. Don't go around murmuring. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, managing what God has given you. Don't go around complaining. Make sure that you're using up the time that you're in now to prepare for what is to come. So maybe that means going back to school. Maybe that means getting that certification so you can apply for the promotion, right? So manage your now well so you can prepare for what is to come. I did not get stuck because I was in that attic. I could have done that. I could have murmured and complained and I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. But no, I understood this was just a stop. This was just a stop on the journey. It was one stop on the journey. All right. And I managed that season well. So today, make a commitment to be a faithful steward, manage well, grow well, serve well, and watch how God increase what you've had. I went from being in an attic to now owning a 5-bedroom home with no co-signer, because I managed that season well. Yes, it was my assignment because now here I am. And this is a thing that I want y'all to shift your perspective. We talk a lot about perspective because it's important. Some people get stuck in that. The thing is, if you think about it, whatever you're going through right now, whatever hardship that you're going through right now, God allowed it because he's entrusting you that when you get out of it, you're going to come back and help somebody. Okay? I call it the Harriet Tubman philosophy. That's what I call it. If I get out, I'm coming back to tell somebody, hey, I was there. I was in it. Here's how you get out. That's a philosophy that I live by. I was there. I used to live in unfavorable conditions. But here I am today, and here's what I did. Here's the mindset that I had to cultivate. Here's how I manage my time. Here's how I manage my finances so that I can be right here today. All right. So whatever you're going through, I want you to think of it as the Lord is entrusting you with a testimony for your future. All right? That's how I want you to think about it. God is entrusting me with this, so let me manage it well. So when I get out, I can say, God has kept me. And here are the things that I learned in this process. And here's how I got out. Okay? Shift your perspective. I hope this is helping you all. I hope it's helping. So the word of the day is stewardship. The word of the day is stewardship. I know I look young, but I have a lot of experience. I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. But here I am today. God trusted me with the testimony, and I'm here to tell it. I'm here to share it with you all. All right. So let's set our intentions for today. The word of the day, again, was stewardship for those of you who are just hopping on. If you haven't hit the follow button yet, go ahead and do so. Hit the follow button. There's a link in my bio also for you to join the Commanders community to get access to the affirmations, the declarations, and a portion of a personal development book that I'm writing. Every Saturday, I send that out. So tomorrow, I'll be sending out another portion of the book to my community. So you have to use the link in my bio to join the Commanders community to get access to that. And if you want to work with me as your mentor or as your coach in this season, the link is also in my bio for that, or you can DM me. I want to hear from you. If you know that this is the year that you really want to do some big things in your life and you want to work with me, send me a DM. As soon as I get off here, I do respond to my DMs. Send me a DM, or there's an option in my bio that says email. You can send me an email there. All right? I want to hear from you. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck where you are. There's so much more to life. And if you know that you need help to get there, get the help that you need. There's so much more to life. Okay? So much more to life. A story came to mind, but I'm going to hold it for another day because I'm way over my time. But hear me and hear me well. There's so much more to life. Things may not look favorable right now, but I promise you that if you manage this season well, if you steward this season well, your future is going to be very bright. So DM me if you want to work with me, if you want to get in my mentorship, or if you need a one-on-one session with me. Send me a DM right after this stream, okay? All right, so let's set our intentions for today. Think about one goal that you would like to achieve and consider 3 things that you can do today to get you 3 steps closer to that goal. Thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you so much. Think about 3 things that you can do today that will get you 3 steps closer to that goal and get them done. Maybe it's a phone call. Maybe it's an email you need to send to someone. Maybe some research that you need to do. Get those 3 things done so you can get 3 steps closer to your goal. All right? And again, if you need help, I'm here to help you as a mentor or as a coach. Send me a DM. Now, let's make some decrees really quickly because I got to go. I need to get an oil change today. All right, so let's make some decrees. Let's make some decrees really quickly. We know that life and death lies in the power of the tongue. What you speak is what you will see. So we're very intentional about what we say and the things that we decree over our lives. So I'm going to decree, and you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. All right, so here we go. I decree that the Lord is blessing us and keeping us in all our ways. I decree that his face and his favor is shining upon us and giving us peace. I decree that we are healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I decree that we're well balanced in every area of our lives. I decree that we're blessed coming and going. I decree that our storehouse, our savings, our checking, our investment accounts are blessed with abundance and overflow. I decree that we're blessed with clear direction and a disciplined life. I decree that the rain of abundance, favor, and goodness is falling on us. I decree that we're blessed with success, with prosperity, and provision. I decree that we walk today in faith and expectancy with results. I decree that we're empowered to prosper in our walk with the Lord. I decree that God's grace is giving us speed and acceleration in all that we do. I decree things of great value is coming our way today. I decree that the Lord is amplifying our voices and perfecting our gifts. I decree that God is connecting God is connecting us to great men and giving us strategic kingdom opportunities. I decree that we are victorious in life. And that is how we program a productive and a successful day. So now our mindset and our intentions are set for today. And we know that anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. I caught it. Yes, I decree all you mentioned. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all so much for typing. I agree. Thank you. Hi, Enrique. How are you? Thank y'all so much for typing. I agree. All right. So, I agree. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank y'all so much for your time. So I want you to, thank you so much. I really needed to hear this. God spoke through you to me. Awesome. Praise God for that. Thank you for showing up so you could receive it. Thank you so much for showing up. All right. So take the day on with faith and expectancy. I want you to expect good things today. Expect answered prayers, expect promotion and increase. Anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. And remember that the word of the day is stewardship. Steward your time well. Steward your resources well. Steward your relationships well, because that opens you up for more. For those of you who have decided that you do want to work with me, send me a DM, okay? As soon as I hop off here, send me a DM. I'll respond and let you know all the options that are available for you to work with me in this season. All right? So grateful for you. Thanks again. You're very welcome. You're welcome. I love what I do. I love being on here with you all. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow. Join me here tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. I will be on. All right? Hit the follow button. Use the link in my bio to join the Commanders community. I will be good steward. Yes, awesome. I love it. Good morning, Rosa. How are you? How are you? Thanks, Arena. You as well. Thank you all. All right, so I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye for now.